Okay, T-Rexers, it's a nice day outside, feeling alright, so we're going to do just a little bit of work on this and see if we can diagnose the problem. So we got it up here and we've noted some pretty not great things, like you can see out the front now in places you weren't supposed to be able to see out the front, like right there. That's bad. So a little bit more body work to do to this than I was anticipating initially, but that's okay. The seat, I think we're gonna have to do it over. So what happened to this was I pulled it up around the yard and I was about to pull a wheelie and I dropped the gear shift. But that was all she wrote. It didn't do a thing. The motor stayed running, but she didn't move. So I'm going to pull the tires off this morning. I suspect that the gear on the top of the differential, there is a gear right there in that little bubble. That's the weak point on those transaxles. That is my initial diagnosis of what went wrong. I do have a spare differential, so that shouldn't be too big of a deal. So I'm going to go ahead and put us back on the tripod and see about pulling some wheels. I'm working on my, we call it around here my rolly tool cart. I'll give you a little glimpse into it. So my rolly tool cart has everything a fella could need. Well, almost. It used to have a generator with it, in it. The generator has changed. So I have all standard wrenches on this side. I have all metric wrenches on this side. Behind this bar there is a small air compressor that will run small air tools. My Lincoln welder, when this thing is fully stocked, which isn't right now, both of those are old sockets I welded on there for ratchets. Teflon tape, usually electrical tape. I have two drawers, both of which are currently pretty much filled with crap. But I had this all Frenched in, specific tools in it. So this is what I work on when I'm working outside. I do have an umbrella that I put beside it. I switched a light reel. I switched the light reel, the cord on the end, well, both cords, so that I can reel this out, plug in to a wall, and that gives me the ability to run that cord to an outlet, and then I have power on my little cart. There's a couple of magnetic things on the other side too. So this is just what I like to work on when I'm working outside. So, okay, I've already taken the clips out, pull the wheels, this has been here so long, not any tire is fully full of air. Fully full? So we'll get all of this stuff off and take another lap around. I don't like the way this back end is held up. Okay, I think that is leveler. So one of the questions I have is I want to keep the patina on the body, patina, aka rust. I'll clear coat it so it doesn't get any worse. Drain holes so that rust can't happen again, so that holes can't happen again. And it's getting a spot inside. Actually, there's two of them. Should I paint the inside of these rims the bright white that the new Radio Flyers are, and put the red center caps on, or no? I don't know. Leave it in the comments. What do you think? White rims? Not white rims. And if they're not white, what color should they be? Because I don't think they should be rust. In one way, this is exciting because I get to go back through and fix this. It's been out of service for years, but then on other parts it's disheartening that it's in quite so bad a shape. I used to store them indoors, and we moved down here and stuff happens, and I used to live in upstate New York, and way upstate, between Syracuse and Watertown. So go north until they start talking funny. That far north. So that whole bottom is going to have to be replaced, or I'm going to have to find a body with matching logo, because that's what this is all about. Was the support I used for the steering shaft. I think I will remake it so that I can put a nylon bushing in there like they have on some of the newer mowers. That seems to have, the base held up okay. Still needs sandblasted and painted. So the goal on this, on all of, well, both of my wagons, was to disturb the original body as little as possible. So on this one, on this one, there is a single hole in the body about the size of my thumb, and that's it. Otherwise, this could be bolted to its original wheels if you had them. So this was the original front axle that went to that riding mower that I scabbed all these parts off of. This is my steering setup. I took this heavy piece of angle and I drilled those holes as accurately as I possibly could, and I took this mount and I got that all to work together, and was still able to use the steering wheel. I had to drill different holes, but that's all right. It's pretty dry everywhere. So I had cut the top of this off and I put these mounts on. This frame was a wood chipper, and it's actually upside down. This front piece, this hole has been in it since I got it. I tried my hand at brazing, I failed. We might try that again. Probably not. We just weld it. So this was down. That's part of what held it off the ground. So my brother-in-law wanted the motor. Like, well, I could use that frame. And I cut it, I want to say, in 4 places. It's here, and here, and here. So that's 3. Oh yeah, there it is. 4. So I cut this frame into 4 chunks and made the frame for this. This is either a 5 or a 6 speed They call it suicide shift because you have to let go of the steering wheel, only with one hand. Boy, look at that. How dry all that is. I couldn't do this a moment too soon. So all the way up is reverse, and then one down is neutral. First, second, third, fourth, fifth, sixth. So pieces from whatever. So this is one of the things that I found. That looks like a keyway to a motor. Where am I? The keyway that belongs in the motor. I wonder if the other half is in. So that right there could be the entire problem. This one over here had what should have been in there for a keyway. The regular, I don't know, it looks like quarter by quarter. Might be a fractional size, but so we're going to strip it all the way down regardless. Sandblast the frame, finish some of the welding that needs done. So don't think that this was super tight when it was new, but certainly not super tight now. I don't know, a 16th inch play, so that's metal on metal. That's all gonna have to get bushed. So that's the factory steering setup that was on that rider. That is not bushed, that's a hole. Doesn't look like it was ever bushed. This has a bushing down here, so that's cool. Okay, so I guess that is Red Wagon video Teardown, or 1.1, because we introduced it in that other video. I'll put a link to it in the description. So a lot of cleanup, a lot of re-welding. I think I'm going to cover that with a plate. I did decide I have to keep the steering wheel on this. It's not a choice at all. So this here, this pole, I had an American flag and a POW flag. The old one gets the POW flag, and the newer Red Wagon gets the American flag. So this is going to head to get sandblasted, but this was a very simple project. Like I said in that other video, I don't think I had $50 in the whole thing. So there you go. All tore down. This is the stuff that is directly related to frame and steering. So I do believe that we did find the problem. It's not internal in the differential. The keyway on the left is what was in the left rear wheel. The one on the right was in the right rear wheel, and it had sheared. it is obviously not nearly large enough for what it was moving, which was me. So we got some parts to get. Got to get this sandblasted. Look forward to more on Red Wagon 1 videos. We'll bring it back to what it's supposed to be. Then we get to take it for a ride. Stay tuned. When in doubt, put a motor on it. T-Rex out.